into one of our relaxing paints, and I'm kind of having a good time with a watercolor effect and, mixing it with landscape and how fun that can be. So I'm going to take and do on this is 11 by 14. It's just a dry canvas. And I'm going to come in here and maybe do a little fun tree. And over here's another tree. And we're just going to kind of get some different effects. In the back here, we can have some other little trees. And that's how you're going to get your distance. Like this is in front. Okay, and then it goes out. And then these are kind of way in the back. But we're going to bring that ground to there. So it sets it back. Do you see that? All right. I like to do the drawing classes, and I just like to see you grow on how to sketch out what you want to do and how it turns out to be in the distance or up close. All right. So then right back here, kind of, and we're going to just do Misty. All right, there's a couple more. And this is a number 2 lead pencil. And so it will turn kind of gray when you're working with it. I've got I've got a double loaded palette that I've been using. And I thought I will just use the paint in it. It's just a week old. It's not old. All right, so now we're going to put some watercolor in the background. So I'm going to use my mop brush. Um, this is a 3/4. I have the larger mop brushes, and then we have smaller mop brushes. This one's really small. That's not the one that comes in the set. There's 2 in this set, and I think I've been using it in the other room. So I'm going to just take water and pick up some green, just water and green. And I'm going to put some of that in here. All right. And then we'll put a little bit of teal. All right. And then I'm going to let's get a little bit of floating medium. And see how it's like a really light watercolor effect? That's back here. And if you want the pencil to go away, you scrub it just a little bit. Okay. And then we can have another one that's just a little bit lighter. All right. And a little bit more here. Okay, so it can give you a little bit of distance, like I was saying. And then I'm going to come in here with some teal. All right. So we're going to come straight across here with teal and up into here. This is a little bit of licorice way back here. And a little bit of licorice in here along with the teal. All right. There we go. All right, so I'm going to come right in here, drop some water. Oops, 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 oops. All right. A little bit of teal in here. And a little bit of this Prussian blue. Get a little bit of Prussian blue in here. And this has teal right in there too. And a little bit of teal in here. See how that is? Okay. Now I can take a little bit, let's get a little bit of the magenta. So we have a little bit of purple, a little bit of medium on there. Okay, but I want to put a little bit of magenta. Let's put water because right now that's the medium. It's not going to do it too good. Let's get a bit in here. Okay. So I do the mop. I like that mop. Let me show you. I could take my sprayer. All right, so this way. Let's do this. Okay, so one of the things that I like to do is take the scruffy brush, I mean my fan brush, and dip it in there. And then what we're going to do is just take a splatter, a little bit more water. Okay, I could put a teeny bit of licorice. Oops, oops, that black went everywhere. Okay, and then let's get a little bit of greens with a teeny bit of blue. You see how I tap that? Okay. Okay, so what I'd like to do is put like a note card and all out at the same time. So when I'm doing that with some of the splattering and everything, I can pull it in really easy with right onto my card at the same time I'm painting this. All right, so I want to come in here with this little, what do we have, an 8 flat? And I'm going to just up on the chisel. All right, so what I'm going to do is just pull the trunk because I can use a script liner better for the look that I want to get. I have these big trunks first. All right. So then let's come over here. And I'm going to come right in here. All right, a little bit more. So just think about that. We're going to get a watercolor look. We're going to use a script liner. And one of the things I like to do is I like to turn this around and pull these from the other way. But let's go back. Let's turn it upside down. All right, let's take this and do really thin. Yeah, we can turn them upside down. And then this one right here, see, it's got these limbs coming. And watch how this splits. Okay. So this comes across like this. And then this, all that's in here gets lots of color at the top. Right. Now, this guy has all kinds of different breakaways. Because this is the main tree. All right. So right in here. So this big, big tree. And it's going to come right in here. All right. Okay, so what happens with this one is it's going to be in front. There we go. So you get kind of a really nice, look at this. These are really thin, little itty bitty, because it's way back and really thin. All right. Okay, so I'm going to come along here. This is just kind of a little watercolor back there. Okay, so I want to know where that one mop brush is because we can come in here and put the softness of these soft, here it is, these soft mop brushes. I can come in here, for instance, I can do a little bit of white and magenta, and then I'll just get a little bit of medium. Okay, so by bringing that white in there too, white and magenta. Now we can bring a little bit more in here. So we do the white and the pink. A little bit down here. And I feel like they're cherry blossoms sometimes. Maybe put a little bit of tail. Okay. Now, what's kind of fun is that we can have some water just coming over the waterfall. Okay, with some blue. So this is Prussian. Look at me blue. All right, so let's bring some water. A little bit more white. And see, those trees are right over that waterfall. And you wouldn't even see where they're going down here. Okay, so right in here, there's some more rocks. Okay. So we're gonna pick a little bit up, a little bit more water. And a little bit from those rocks. And then I like to just pull it down. So we have these little vines that hang over. And you can come in here and we have some teal and some citrus. So I just want you to see the more you add, you can just keep adding more and more. You can stop at any time. Look at this little, and what I like to see is we can come in here with just a little bit of citrus with white. And everything that you do closer looks a little bit more refined. You have to have that dark in the back to see the light. You could use a scruffy in there. All right, you put some citrus in here. All right, and we can just have little blossoms in here. We can put little pink ones, pink little blossom. Put some pink and white. And you can have some of those laying down here. And put just a little bit of neon. And you put it, look, I tap it and then, okay. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of neon pink. So I just, what I wanted you to see, it's just kind of fun. You could just do little bits of this or a little tree in the background. There's all kinds of things that you can do or not do. But I want you to see that just putting a little bit of neon in here changes everything. Little bits of neon along here. These are like the blossoms falling off the tree. See, just that neon. And it doesn't mix well with white. You've got to like tap it. The neons you have to tap on top. And see how they're going to really pop, but the magenta doesn't pop. See, it's just when we put this, and what happens is when this dries, it's like amazing. It even pops more than it does right now. All right, I just wanted this to be like a little workshop of let's try all these different things that you can do with brushes, with neon, with waterfalls, and and you can even do like what we haven't done yet is let's just get that neon back here with some water and what happens is it splatters on everything if I don't. There we go. And if I just do white, just do water and white. Now think about this one I want you to think about. Think about putting this on a t-shirt. This is a really easy project to put on a t-shirt. At any point you could stop. That's what everybody in class says. Okay, stop, Donna, stop. Look, you can also take off what you don't like. There you go. And on the t-shirts especially, I like to get like the licorice and I like to make my signature a little big. And even splatter some gold and stuff on there. Okay. I hope you guys like it. We can put a couple, do a V. Think about that. We need a V and then we're going to come out from it. And you could also put the body in there, or you can go like this and have the birds in there. All right, I'm done. All right, you guys play with it. Just get all those different types of brushes and see what you can do with them, okay? I challenge you to share it and say, this is a little exercise and doing neons, watercolor effects, fan brushes. You saw that I worked with mop brushes. Try it. You'll like it. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.